And what company are you guys from?
I'm with SNTP, which is Shirt and Tie Podcast, or Shirt and Tie Photography.
This is KJ.
Okay, what intrigues you to be a photographer?
Yeah, the most things that I like about the photography is definitely capturing specific images at a time, making sure that you can get an expression or a feeling out of the character of the cosplay. That's definitely what it is.
That's very inspirational. I want to be a photographer now.
Alright.
And you?
I'm more candid. Just whatever. If I see a moment, I want to capture all the moments that happen.
Perfect way. What brings you to cons?
Well, I've been actually going to cons since about 2002. My first con was in 2002. It's EX at Long Beach. And I've loved anime for a long time. Only just recently, like in the past year or so, got into anime. So mostly it's just like anime. I like the people who are my kind of people, nerds and cosplayers, gamers. It's just a great atmosphere to be at. It's photography. I like taking pictures of friends here and other cosplayers. It's really like
That's the right way to go.
Yeah, same thing. Anime. Love the people. Love to meet new people and take lots of great fun pictures.
Alright, and for the last question, what do you look in a cosplay?
Cosplay, definitely, you've got to have good attention to detail. If it's like kind of lazy, haphazardly done, then to me it's not as exciting to take a picture of that. And if it's got a lot of detail, and if the model or the person has really good facial expressions or poses that they have, or even just if you want to animate, that really gets me motivated to take the picture of them. For the most part though, I would say attention to detail, making sure that it really goes with the character. A lot of people actually stay in character while they're going to shoot. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I'd say definitely attention to detail. Make sure that all the buttons are aligned, or like, they sew everything perfectly and there's no loose threads. It actually fits the person. It's not like oddly shaped or something like that.
Yeah.
Same thing. Just personality, also to stay in character, knowing the character, having fun with the character. That's what I like to see.
Chili Willy too? I deem you LA accent.
Okay, so here we are at Anime LA with
we're here LA.
Cosplay in America and
GameFan23 from DA.
how are you guys doing?
You have a DA?
Yes, I do. I have a DA account.
Oh wait, that's right. I forgot I do have a DA. Sometimes I forget.
Use the mic.
Arr, 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 arr. So, you're here interviewing me, so how'd you get started interviewing people?
This is my first time.
Oh, really? Okay, so I'll ask the question. So how long have you been doing photography? Well, I've been doing photography for about a decade or so. But how did you get into the cosplay photography part? Well, back in 2008, they moved Anime Expo up to downtown LA, so it was actually really close where I live. And before that, I was down in Orange County, and in Long Beach, and I didn't want to drive that far. And I also was out of anime for a while because I was busy with real world stuff. So I went to my first convention in 8 years. It was Anime Expo. It blew my mind because cosplay had really expanded since that time.
I know. I've watched.
Okay, you take over the interview now.
I don't know what to say.
Ask him.
So when did you start photography?
I basically started in 08, in the fall, in AMA of 08.
Really?
Yes, that's when I got this Rebel XT as a Christmas gift. And that's when I started taking photography very seriously. And as the years progressed, I started looking up other people's pictures so I can take better pictures in the future. And I've been attending ALA for about 3 consecutive years now, and AX for 10 straight years.
Dang, okay, that guy, dude. I don't even 3 years.
What is it you like about photography?
Well, I like photography because it sends messages of what, it depicts mental images of what we see and we share with the rest of us. For me, when it comes to cosplay photography, I keep taking pictures with certain cosplayers until I'm 100% satisfied. Once I'm satisfied, I can finally move on.
And Cosplay in America, what got you started into cosplay photography in the first place?
Anime Expo. Well, I mean, okay, when I got started was A-Con was my first con, A-Con in Dallas. So I already went to cons when I was a kid, but I got out of it because I had to, I was doing the real world thing, and the cosplay thing just happened because I went to Anime Expo '08, and I was like, okay, it's completely changed from what I saw back in the '90s. So I was like, picture. Now I did it my way only because I got tired of seeing people in the background. Like, you look at Flickr, there's like someone in the background, and I was like, you know what? I'm already a photographer. I can set up my own backdrop and just do all this like fancy looking, portrait looking stuff that looks cool. And so.
And how did Cosplay in America, your book, how did it come about?
That wasn't my idea. That was actually my friend's idea. All my friends saw the pictures. They're like, dude, you should do a book. I'm like, I'm not doing a book. It's like, no, you should do a book. I'm like, I don't want to do a book. And they're like, you should really do a book. And finally, I had one friend convince me to do it. And then I figured what I want to do was I want to go to Fanime and try it out. And if I was okay shooting, then I would continue on. If I didn't like the experience, I would stop because why do something you don't want to do? I wasn't going around the country if I didn't like doing it, So I went to Fanime, had a blast. In fact, I'm sure some of the cosplayers will be down here because they travel back and forth. And then after that, I went to A-Kon, then I just started traveling around the country, which has been, I don't even know how many.
How many years? You don't know how many?
Well, I know it started in 2008, and I've been to about.
It's like 4 years.
I think I've been to about 34 conventions in 4 years, or something.
That's a lot.
That's incredible.
But yeah, but see, I'm also repeating some of the stuff. Like Anime Expo, I went for 4 years. So that's
it's safe for me.
So that doesn't count. But this year, I'm going to Animazement in North Carolina. I want to see what that's about. Yeah. Then we go to Anime Boston because I want to see how that's about. And I also want to go to YumaCon in Detroit. I would love to go to NDK in Colorado. What else is there? There's just too many cons.
Are you ever? Or do you ever get tired of going to these cons? Do you lose the excitement? What urges you to?
Yes and no.
What builds you the confidence to go to these cons and see cosplayers?
I see cosplayers and I'm like.
So cosplay pretty much motivates you to take more pictures.
Well,
and this is your hobby?
I was making because I'm not really making money on this thing.
It's just a hobby, right?
It's turned into my life, but I mean I don't really want to do this for the rest of my life because I need to actually pay bills. So
we all do.
Yeah.
And Mr. Game Fan.
Well, my my other interest in photography also includes landscape and macro photography. I've always had a thing for the beauty of our Earth that we take for granted, and I'm thinking of starting a new project called Hidden Beauty in California because there are small landscapes of great beauty that no one is aware of. So as soon as I save up, I'm gonna get myself a new lens and start the project.
Anywhere we can look at your work?
Most of my work is done on DeviantArt and Flickr. My Flickr account is WestCoastWing10, which is also my Yahoo, Yahoo email address, and my DeviantArt account is GameFan23.
And where can we look at your work, sir? Mr. Cosplay in America?
Google.
What site can we look at your work?
I guess Google.
Google it.
Yeah, just type in Cosplay America and you pop it up and you just see.
Many things.
Well, I mean that's really the best way. Just Google it, and if you type click images.
Because
Google.
there's pretty much only one Cosplay in America.
One true cosplay.
One true cosplay in America.
There's one true.
Well, I'm sure there'll be other people who want. I guess so.
And what's your reaction to how many likes does he have? Like 7,000, over 7,000 fans.
That's crazy. If I can pass it on to my friends, I would, but I don't know how I got these many people. I don't know what the secret is. I mean.
So you're Mr. Popular pretty much yourself.
Well, your pictures are very crazy.
And there's only one person running that Cosplay in America site, right? Just you.
Yeah,
you're the host.
Which is why I always look tired. Either at a convention I'm tired, or I'm at home like, I must post photos. They want to see photos. Type.
Do you edit any of those photos? Sunlight? Yeah.
I'm really bad with Photoshop, so I don't really edit at all too much.
So you have a studio?
I have a shooting space. Actually, okay, I used to have an office space at downtown. I rented with another photographer, but we had to give it up because of the economy. But I just moved to a new apartment that is actually it's like a studio with 2 floors. So it's actually large enough that I can actually have like 10-foot, 12-foot seamless. So I'm actually started shooting cosplayers in I hate to say my apartment because that sounds weird, but.
Your studio.
I mean, really, it's kind of like, if you go to my apartment, it's basically like an office because 1 bedroom is just a whole office. But,
Well,
look, I'm really surprised at how this whole thing turned out, okay? Dude, look, I was some guy who just took pictures. I promise you, anybody could have done what I've done if they had put enough motivation into it and had enough credit cards to throw it out and willing to risk their entire lives to just do it. They could do it. It's not like rocket science. You see what I shoot.
Would you consider yourself a professional photographer?
I would say yes, because I've been doing this since '97. Yeah, I mean, what I do is photography. I mean, besides photography, I also photo assist photographers, and sometimes I do social media for a photography company here in town. So,
okay, great.
So I'm not really professional at all. I just like to pretend I'm professional.
Okay.
Actually,
and Mr. Game Fan, what is your reaction like? How many people keep in contact with you? Do you have any people who always critique your work? Are you very flattered with some of the number of people who does?
I'm flattered that I've got, on DA I've got over 26,000 views, and I'm flattered at that, and it's taken me 4 years to get that much, but I still don't, but as a human being, I don't consider myself a professional just yet. I consider myself just an amateur. But with a little bit more practice and a little bit more experience out in the real world with a couple of other photographers that I know, then I will one day consider myself to be pro. I do get complimented by I do get great compliments from my fans as well. And the highest compliment I give to cosplayers is living incarnation, because they resemble the characters down to a T. Not just in detailing of the costume, but their physical physique.